There are several things that can go wrong when you are on a motorcycle. But today, I want to share with you the 3 deadliest mistakes you can do when you are on a motorcycle. And at the end of this video, I will also give you a bonus point to keep you safe on the road. So without further ado, let's get started. Welcome to Sterling Bikers, where we have serious fun. Serious because we need to take care of our safety and become better riders, and fun. There's nothing as sweet as enjoying that ride solo or in a group, knowing that you're safe. If this is your first time here, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and press the bell button so that you can get to know each and every time we release a new video. As I have mentioned earlier, several things can go wrong when you're on a motorcycle, and I might not have the whole list of everything that might go wrong, but these 3 mistakes should be avoided at all costs. Mistake number 1, not having all the gear all the time. Before you jump onto that motorcycle and start riding, make sure you have all the gear. This is one of the biggest mistakes. People dress up for the ride, but they forget to dress for the crash. No one plans to have an accident at any one point. No one will wake up and say, today I'm going to have an accident. Of course, we don't want that to happen, but it is inevitable. Sometimes it happens, and so you should be able to dress up for that crash. And when I'm talking about you need to have all the gear all the time, I'm talking about number 1, you should have your helmet. Number 2, you should have your armored jacket. Number 3, have your knee guards and have the right riding boots. And on top of that, have a reflector. Having all the gear all the time might make the difference between you going to the hospital and being released the same day, being told you're good to go, or spending the next 2, 3, 4 months, even 1 year in the hospital. Having your gear might make the difference between spending all your money, all your savings, all your insurance money on your hospital bill, or just going getting some painkillers and moving on with the day. It might make the difference between you going to work the next day or the next week, or never being in a position to do the work that you normally do because of the injuries that you get. It might make the difference between you being there for your family, the people you love, and people around you, and doing what you have always been doing for them, or you not being there. So it is very important for you to always put up all the gear all the time. I learned that slogan from one of the groups that I'm in, that is Why Fun Yaki. I still have a difficult, it is quite a mouthful. Why Fun Yaki group. And I know it is also affiliated to the Private Motorbike Association here in Kenya. And the tagline is, all the gear, all the time. Mistake number 2, approaching a corner or an intersection at a very high speed. You should always approach an intersection or a corner very, very cautiously. According to research, most of the accidents or incidents that involve a motorcycle take place at an intersection or a corner. So you need to be very cautious. Be very careful as you approach that intersection. I advise, make sure you are on a standstill where you can look right, look left, confirm that the road is clear so that you can be able to move on. There is no need for you to rush through a corner or an intersection, because at the end of it, there is no prize that you will be given. You will not be given a prize for getting home early if you end up getting that crash. You better get home a little bit later, 1 minute or 2 minutes late, but get home or at the workplace alive. Always approach the intersections cautiously. If it is possible, make sure you are standing still. You can look on your right, you can look on your left, and be sure that the road is clear. Also remember, most of the time, the car drivers, they are blind to us. They don't take us as vehicles on the road. So you should also think on their behalf. Don't assume that they already know you are there. Be very cautious at intersections and while you're taking the corners. Mistake number 3, the following distance. You should try as much as possible to have at least 3 or 4 seconds following distance. What that means is when the vehicle in front of you makes an emergency brake, It can take you about 3 to 4 seconds for you to be at a standstill and not hit the vehicle in front of you. This is very important. I know you might be wondering, saying, oh, here in Kenya, especially in Nairobi, with the traffic jam where we go bumper to bumper, always try as much as possible to keep that safe distance. It is not once or twice when Matatu behind me is flicking the lights and hooting at me, telling me to go a little bit faster or be closer to that vehicle, but I still don't do that. Why? Because I take care of my safety. If he wants to move a little bit faster, then he should have woken up a little bit earlier and get in front of me or wherever. I try as much as possible to stay safe on the road. For myself, in our Facebook group, there's someone who say that whenever they are riding, they assume that all the people around them in the vehicles are out there to get them. So they try to be cautious and safe as much as possible. And I also advise you to do that. No one is out there looking out for you. You need to look out for yourself and be safe, following the rules and the guidelines, the traffic rules, anything that has been put there. And to my bonus point, you need to be as visible as possible. Try to put on as bright colors as possible. All black, as I am right now, it is not very visible. But if you have some of the clothing which are quite colorful, it is important. That is why it is very important for you to have the reflector jacket or the reflector strips. That makes you more visible. If it is a little bit dark, have your lights on. Even during the day when it is not dark, just have your parking lights on. This will help to make you more visible. And the more visible you are, chances of you being seen by other drivers is very high, but that still does not stop you from being cautious. Use those lights, be very colorful if possible, and that's why my helmet over there, orange, quite colorful, I can be seen from a distance. I know that was not a comprehensive list of the deadliest things you can do on a motorcycle. I am looking forward to hear from you. What are some of the deadliest mistakes you have seen others make or you have made? Drop them in the comments below. Also, make sure you watch this other video, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. I would like to know how you like this content. And until my next video, I'm out.